In this video, I'm going to be talking about how you can start as a listing agent even though you're new. My name is AJ Mida. Welcome back to my channel. I help real estate agents create a six-figure income and then march on their path towards financial freedom. So let's dive in. I'm going to give you 3 practical tips that you can implement today to help you become a listing agent. But first, I just want to talk about the benefits. So benefit number 1, and this is my favorite. The reality is, as a listing agent, you make more money per hour. The reason is because you can work with more listing clients at one time than you can buyer clients. Think about it. Is it easier to list a house, put it in the MLS, market it, allow buyer's agents to bring the buyers, and then you just negotiate the offer? Or is it easier to get a buyer, show them 20 houses, try to negotiate an offer, get outbid by somebody else, only do the process all over again, then you get the offer accepted, but then because the inspection, it falls out of escrow again, then you got to repeat the process all over again. You can see there's a lot more that goes into helping buyers, a lot more legwork. I find that most, if not all, new agents fall into this trap of at first thinking, I'm going to be a buyer's agent because that's where I'm going to get started. And that's because they lack confidence. And that's what I'm going to help you break through today. But first, the second benefit is it's a better quality of life. When you set it up proper with your clients and set the right expectations that you don't take calls after a certain time at night, maybe it's 6 p.m., 7 p.m., but something very reasonable. And then you don't work weekends. If you get a bunch of offers in on a Saturday, you're going to wait for them to all come in. And then Monday at noon or Monday at 4 p.m., you'll call or meet with your client to go over all the offers and talk about what the best one is for them. By doing this, you're setting the expectation that, hey, I'm a professional. I work during business hours. However, this is how I handle these scenarios so you can trust me to do a good job for you in selling your home. I mean, think about it. If you could get in contact with your doctor at all hours of the day, 24/7, you might be thinking, hey, is this really professional or are they kind of desperate, right? Every other profession aside from realtors have hours. Agents just like to, I guess, get themselves burnt out by working all these hours. So listing agents have a better quality of life because you can set those boundaries. Whereas as a buyer's agent, if a hot new listing comes on the market Saturday, you got to go show that house on a Saturday. You might have to meet your clients in the evenings because they're working during the days. So for me, it was mandatory. It was essential that I got started as a listing agent right out the gate. The other benefit is going to be that listings are leverage. Listings will drive leads. Leads from your listings. You can do open houses. You'll have your sign out there. You'll have listings on different portals. So these leads start pouring in, and that allows you to work with some buyers if you choose to, or hire a buyer's agent. So you're getting free listing leads. So you're getting free buyer leads from all of that activity. If you list a house, there's a good chance you'll also be able to sell a house to a buyer. So from listing one house and getting that sale, you get a bonus sale on the back end. Really cool concept. All right, so how do we increase your confidence so you can get started as a listing agent today? Well, the biggest thing is really just, I don't want to say like acting as if, but there has to be a mindset shift where you're just like, you know what? I'm going to make this happen. I am a great listing agent. In fact, in one of my first coaching programs I was a part of, we used to stand up at the conferences, really cheesy, and we'd have this affirmation that said, I am a great listing agent. And while that is cheesy and I didn't like doing it then, and that felt really cheesy doing it right now, it's a mindset that you do need to embrace if you're going to be successful at this. Think to yourself, hey, I am a great listing agent. I am worthy of selling clients' houses, not just being an order taker and driving buyers around showing houses. Hey, I worked with buyers sometimes too on occasion. And if you're a buyer's agent and want to stay there, this video is not for you. That's great. But it does take a higher skill set, a higher caliber of agent to be a listing agent. So you have that mindset shift. Well, what can you actually do to increase that confidence once you have that mindset shift? Number 1, dress the part. When I got started in real estate, I was 26. I was relatively young in the industry. And I know from talking to newer agents who are younger, they feel like that's a limitation on them. So start by dressing the part. I would always wear a suit and tie when I first got started. Then a couple years in, I would maybe skip the tie because that was a little too formal for my personality. But if you like the tie, keep it on. Girls, women, wear a women's business suit, right? When you're dressed professionally, it shows to your client that you are a professional and you just feel better because you look great, so you feel great. And that's going to come through in your listing presentation, in your prospecting. So I always dressed up. I never went on a listing appointment without a suit coat. It was always a very formal attire for me when I was on those appointments. Number 2, actually get out there and preview houses. If you don't know what that is, it's going to see listings that are for sale that have a lockbox. You don't have to take clients. You go there and preview them. This allows you to get in more homes, get more familiar with the market. So when you do go on that listing appointment, you can say, oh yeah, I see that house over at 123 Main Street. Your house, yeah, I like this about your house. I like this about your house. The only thing that caused that one to sell for $50,000 more than what you want is they actually had a bonus room that had this, this, and this. Your floor plan doesn't. And you can say, I was just there. What I did for new markets that I was going into, because I was calling expired listings, so I was going into a lot of different new markets. If I was unfamiliar with a neighborhood or an area, I would get to that part of town early and actually preview a couple houses in that neighborhood or surrounding area. So when I was in there doing the listing appointment, I could actually say, yeah, so I've seen these houses, I've been in them. This is how yours stacks up. Because they're going to know what's for sale by their house. They're going to know what's sold. So if you don't have that intimate market knowledge and you can't speak to them, you're like a market expert, like I've been in that house. You just seen it on Zillow, Mr. Client. I've been in that house. That goes a long way from increasing your confidence and putting you in the eyes of the seller that you are an expert, you are a professional. And the third one, and almost the most important one, I'll let you decide, is focusing your lead generation on sellers only. If you're buying Zillow leads, pay-per-click leads, doing open houses, what type of leads are you going to get? Buyers. So of course you're going to keep working buyers. However, if you want to flip a switch, start doing seller prospecting. And I have a free link in or a free course, if you click the link in the subscription to my seller prospecting mini course with scripts in there and a discount code for RedX to get you started with expireds and for sale by owners. But this is the thing, when you start focusing your activity on the listings, you'll start getting listings. So do seller prospecting. Maybe you want to start farming neighborhoods with direct mail. Great strategy as well, just a little more long-term. There's a few different things you can do. The number one most effective thing you can do that's going to get you to a paycheck, a listing, and then therefore a commission check as quickly as possible in the lowest cost way possible, it's going to be seller prospecting. So hopefully this was helpful to you. If you got some value, give me a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'll answer any questions that you have in the comments. And if you want to get some free scripts and some training, again, hit that link in the description. Happy to help. We'll see you guys in the next one.